Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the explosive growth that's happening on the internet computer, folks. We are going to be talking about everything from the ecosystem news to the charts. And speaking of the charts, we're going to be talking about ICP, Bob, Kong, and EXE, which are all absolutely rampaging. But hit me up on X at Real6Fig. In between videos, this is where I drop all the golden nuggets. Now, everybody's been chomping at the bit for a Caffeine AI release, and we'll cover what exactly Caffeine AI is and what it can do for ICP. But now there are some dates that I think could be set to release Caffeine AI. Dominic Williams is going to be speaking at this panel, or on this panel, Blockchain, AI, and Quantum Computing, January 16th. I'm not sure if this is when they're going to release Caffeine AI, but if I had to hedge a bet, I would favor World Computer Day. This is the first inaugural World Computer Day that Internet Computer is putting on in Davos, Switzerland. So January 21st, could this be the day that they release Caffeine AI? Now, Caffeine AI, folks, was developed by Dfinity, from what I know, and this is an application that is going to allow anyone to become a developer. Why is this important? It breaks down tremendous barriers to entry in the Web3 building space. Of course, I feel like we might still need developers to confirm code and really solve some complex issues, which will be great. But when it comes down to absolute degen use, now you can go to an application built by Dfinity, tell this application what you want it to build, and using its AI, it will go ahead, write the software, and deploy the software on chain. We're going to see an absolute gold rush of development and creation on the internet computer at a pace that I feel like has never been seen in the Web3 industry. This is a pioneering, game-changing application. It's innovative. It's everything that we could have ever asked for as a community, but we'll see. Now, Fomowell, folks, channel sponsor, is doing very well in their SNS proposal. As of right now, it's got about 18 hours left at the time of this video, and it's got some really great support. 17.77% of people are voting yes, which is great. Now, we need a lot of launch pads on the IC. We need as many as we can get because the degens are going to come in, they're going to search for coins to create and things like that. We need these ecosystems pumping out huge gains and huge losses because that really attracts quite a bit of attention from the outside. And when everybody else sees that, hey, we're having extreme fun on the ICP playground, now all these other chains, all these other community members want to come in because they don't want to miss out. So this is great to see. There is one very cool thing that I wanted to mention in today's video, and Shill Gates has done it again, folks. Shill Gates also has designed a lot of the stuff that you'll see in Kong Swap, one of ICP's greatest decks has ever built. But they have designed, or Shill has designed, a miner for EXE, Windows 98. And you can see how this thing has already burned 900 ICP within a day or two. So we are seeing absolute insanity when it comes to ICP innovation and development. And you can see when this thing went live, we saw the amount of ICP really start to tick upwards. So this is really cool to see. And when it comes down to it, this little spike here in the all-time ICP burned is thanks to applications like Bob and Windows 98. Now, there's going to be a lot of projects mining, creating these mineable coins and things like that on chain. So I would expect the burn rate to get extremely high going into this next bull run. Now, we're going to be taking a look at some of ICP's ecosystem tokens, EXE, Kong, and Bob. You can see Kong Swap currently second to ICP as far as market cap. Kong Swap has been doing tremendously well. The entire ICP ecosystem, for the most part, let's just check this out on the weekly, is doing very, very well. some meme coins here that have pumped to the heavens, which is great to see. I love to see everybody making some money. Now, in the last video, guys, I've been telling you that there is an extremely nice bull pennant that has formed on the EXE charts. And you can see right now that price action has speared right through this bull pennant. So I do think that we are well on our way for EXE to really start cooking back up to this $2.41 level. I do think that EXE is going to do tremendously well this bull run, and it's still at a very decent market cap for, as far as I am concerned. EXE, let's just pull this thing up real quick. All right. EXE, Windows 98. Where are you? Where are you? Here it is. So yeah, this thing's at a $11 million market cap. So when this thing runs to 100 million, 200 million, I mean, when the heat really turns on, we're going to see some insane gains for some of these meme coins like Windows 98. We're going to be covering Kong. And Kong, folks, like I mentioned in the last video, it held this Fibonacci channel, and I was telling all of you that we were going to see what is called a Fibonacci sliver by default. And that's when you have price action trading sideways against a Fibonacci channel that basically forms a splinter, and it forces price to move either outside of the channel or basically straight up. So right now we're seeing Kong do very well, and I do think that this thing's going to go back up to about 7-8 cents in the meantime. But what I would like to see, and I mentioned this on the last video with Kong, is for this thing to come right up to about 8 cents, 10 cents, somewhere in there, dip back down and form a very nice ascending triangle, and then really start to lift off to the heavens. I've got a personal target of 20, 25 cents for this project, which I would love to see it hit. But right now, things are looking great for Kong Swap. With Bob, folks, I told you guys in the last video, some people laughed at me. I said, hey, I'm waiting for this thing to come back and hit $1. Well, New Year's Day, this thing came down and hit 97 cents, which was my target. So we are very much in the money now, up 43% from that price prediction over the last few days. So right now, in my opinion, Bob is still looking fantastic. And I think that we're going to see Bob really start to kind of take off here. But this thing is really trading outside of this resistance line here. So I do think that right now, Bob is really going to execute maybe back up to this $2-ish level. And I would like to see that $2 Bob token, and I would love to see something like this occur. And I would love to see a move just like Kong Swap, where it kind of comes up, forms a nice base, coils, and then springs to the next level. But when it comes down to Bob, this is going to be very interesting because you can see this thing has formed an exceptional cup, and I've told you guys about this. This is why it's important to follow this channel. But we've got a very nice cup here, and we've got a very nice handle that is forming. I've been telling you guys, watch for this pattern to form. And if this does form, folks, we could really be gearing up to see Bob go to the big times, and I mean big time. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Bob at $20, $21 on the low end. And if we really want to measure upward momentum, $40, $50, somewhere in that neck of the woods. Now, the general cryptoverse is green, which is amazing to see. We've been just dragged through the mud so hard the last week or two. But now we have ICP, which is absolutely rampaging to the upside, currently sitting at $12.10-ish. In my last video, folks, I was telling you guys how I think that we were going to go up to at least this $14, $15-ish range, and hopefully even higher to this $21 range. But we really need to break this upper trend line right around that $14.50 area. So I think that ICP on a grander scale is forming or has formed a very nice pattern similar to the Bob chart that I just told you guys about. A very nice cup and handle. And once this thing executes, guys, high end, I'm expecting ICP to cruise right on up to about $150 a token on the low end. I feel the potential for ICP, though, is a lot higher than that, especially with projects like Caffeine AI that's just about to be released. So I'm super bullish on everything right now in this ecosystem. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.